Welcome to DWI, where we are your hosts. That's Duve, that's Wax, I'm Ellie, and this is our Steelers show. But before we get started, we're going to need them to do three things, Wax.
And what's that?
That's like, share, and subscribe. And Duve, I think you got something to add into that.
Yeah, get in that comment section.
Well, without further ado, let's get straight into it.
You lied to us, Jamar Chase. You lied.
You're a liar.
You're a liar. He lied.
Yep.
Jamar lied.
It was crazy what he said, too.
Yeah,
I didn't
bro.
open my mouth to that, man. That's
Yeah.
wild.
And they got evidence of the spew coming out of his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
It was real spew, fellas.
Yeah.
That's uncalled for, man. You don't spit on another man.
Nah, man.
Yeah, so at first I was mad at Jalen at first. I'm like, man, come on, man, we need you out there. But at the same time, it's like, man, like I know how I feel if somebody spit on me. I'll probably lose my mind. So
I was mad that he didn't take it further.
yeah,
Like, all
to
right.
rip his head off after that, man. You know, you at some point.
I can't even get mad at y'all or disagree because at the end of the day, I'm at work.
Mm-hmm.
We all got jobs.
Yeah.
Let that happen at work. And it's going to be a different side to
Right.
that story as I'm explaining it to HR. Like, listen, all I remember is seeing the spit on my shirt and then me waking up and like my hands was wrapped around his throat. I'm
Right.
sorry. I blacked out
Right.
because that right there is an unforgivable act. We're all grown out here and like talk to me.
Right.
Tell me where I'm going wrong, or have a physical shouting match with me like we normally do on the field, and
Right.
you go back to your end, and I go back to mine.
Right.
That right there, it constitutes a butt kicking, man.
Mm-hmm.
It just, that's the way that it is.
And
But-
he's going to have to spend a bunch of coins.
Mm-hmm. And he might get suspended.
Yeah, he should. He should get suspended.
Cause that was, you know, man, like I said, we're a grown man. We can talk junk, like you said, but like those are just words. You spitting on somebody is just the most disrespectful thing you can do to a man.
It's assault now.
Basically.
Now you assaulted me. Now I can't forgive you because now you assaulted me.
Right.
So now I got to show you what these two.
Right.
And he did what any normal person would do in that scenario, Wax, and that's defend himself with an act of treason like that.
Right.
But enough about that. Let's go on to that 34-12 victory.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't expect us to kick butt like that, but it was well deserved. Because last time we played them, man, I remember old Joey Flacco tearing us apart.
Yeah.
I remember that. That was just a couple of weeks ago. And I wasn't happy about it, but I knew we had to get back into the lab
Right.
and go over our notes.
Right.
That way we can come out and be triumphant this week. Now, let me ask you this, dude. How do you feel about our performance today on the offensive side?
Offensively, it was okay. I mean, it could have been better. Aaron got hurt, and Mason came in and did his thing. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't mad at Mason. I've been Team Mason anyway on here. They laughed at me, y'all. But, like, and I'm not saying Mason's great, but, you know what I'm saying? Like, it feels like Aaron Rodgers is kind of hitting that wall right in front of our eyes.
Right.
It's like we're watching him hit the wall. And so, I think Mason kind of infused the offense with a little bit of youth. And, you know, he was hitting his check downs. He wasn't doing anything spectacular.
Right.
But they were making plays for him too.
Yeah.
And that's what we needed to see. We need to see them do that with Aaron out there too. Sometimes you gotta help your quarterback by making plays. And shout out Darnell Washington looking like a monster out there.
Right.
Mount Washington, shout out, because he threw old boy down. Man.
Now, listen, I was telling a buddy of mine earlier, like I talked to him earlier on the phone, and I said the stiff arm that he gave old boy
Ugly.
was a stiff arm from Hades, man. He like pushed him down, and it was almost like, Wax, do you remember when Eddie George and one
Ray
of the
Lewis.
illest, yes sir, linebackers in the game came face to face, and Eddie George brought that stiff arm and he mushed him down, but Mount Washington didn't stop with that.
No.
He stiff-armed him, then hit the boy Young Gino. What up, shout out Young Gino Stone. We had to get you back, brother. That was well-deserved. Hit him, and then wasn't done with that.
He's a big man, man. I just imagine trying to tackle that dude.
Dude, it was crazy. Now, Wax, let me ask you this. how was you feeling about the offensive side of the ball today?
Man, it brought a little spark. I mean, like, I'm going to be the first one to say I wasn't happy we picked up Mason Rudolph at all. I'll be honest. Like, but him playing the second half kind of put a little battery in our back, and we started moving in rock.
I agree.
Like, now, is it coincidence that it's close to Christmas that they bring Mason Rudolph back? Because, you know, the whole Rudolph the red-nosed, whatever.
Now, that's nice. I never thought of that.
Yeah.
And it might have been as a coincidence that we played the worst defense in the league, and he did that. So we'll see when he plays against a decent defense, if he has to play. Because I didn't hear any updates on Aaron Rodgers yet, so we'll see. I think he went down with his wrist.
Yeah, and it didn't look like it was a crazy injury. It looked like something that happens every day. But you remember that was the same shoulder that he broke
I was going
a
to
couple of
say,
years ago.
and he's 40 plus. When I saw him running for that first down, I felt his pain. You know what I mean?
He counted every step.
Yeah.
9, 10.
Yeah, like I saw the hurt in that run.
Right.
I was like, yeah, you're starting to hit that wall, man.
Right.
Like your age is really starting to show.
Yeah.
You know, but hope he gets better. Like I hope we continue this process of winning again.
Yeah.
Because we still have to play the Ravens twice and the Browns.
And I was, listen, bro, I was right there with you with that same statement you felt, because I thought that, coming up in the next few games, we're going to have to play Baltimore twice. So we do need A-Rod to get healthy. So, get yourself back in working order so we can, finish these challenges.
Yeah.
But something I want to bring to the table. Do y'all remember last time we played Flacco? That boy had, almost 400 yards.
Yeah.
We held him down to 199 yards.
Yeah.
It was to the point where both our quarterbacks was able to, get over 100 yards passing.
Right.
In a great display of offense. That's why I wanted to know how y'all was feeling. Myself, personally, I feel like this was a good display. And like Wax said, it was something to put a battery in our back, to get our engine going.
Right.
I like a little sizzle with my steak, bro. I don't want to come out and we're at a restaurant and then you got my steak coming down there and there ain't no noise being made. I want to hear that. I want that sizzle with the steak. And today, just like you have been team Mason Rudolph, which, get a room. I got a couple dollars or my value card. You go down there and get you a room with him. But I'm not convinced. I'm sorry.
No,
I
I'm
need
not.
A-Rod.
Listen, I'm not convinced either. But I'm saying, like, he played pretty good today.
He did.
Yeah, he
I
did.
can't say nothing about it, bro,
really
other
did.
than kudos.
And the last time he was here, he played pretty good at the end of it.
He did.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. He managed the game.
Yeah.
He spread it around, or at least tried to spread it around a little bit. You know what I mean? Get everybody clicking at the same time.
And I think if the defense plays like it played today, and we'll talk about them in a little bit, they got us a couple touchdowns today. So if the defense can hold their own, that's all we really need is somebody to manage. But can the defense really hold their own? Like, because they're sporadic. This 1 week they look good, 1 week they look like the worst team that I've ever seen. So it's weird.
The reason why I guess I'm pushing for A-Rod to do his thing is because he is a settled seasoned quarterback, but I know we got Mason Rudolph in the back hip pocket.
Right.
In the back, damn, I was like, pocket. In the back hip pocket. And what I mean by that is Mason came through and he only missed 4 out of the 16 passes that he threw.
Yeah.
Dude went 12 for 16 with a $127 and a tutty. What more can you ask for your backup, Wax?
Yeah, no, he managed the game really well, man.
Right. So,
and like I said, he was giving it to players with a little bit of space. Like Kenny Gainwell had a real good game coming out of the backfield receiving. And Jalen went down, so we gotta hope. I'm hoping Jalen can get better. You know what I mean? Because we do need him.
Yeah, we do.
But with him being out, the other guys stepped up their game a little bit. I see we got the rookie out there a little bit. He got him a couple runs. So
I feel good with that offense. Like, I felt that it was in good hands when, like you guys were talking about Gainwell. The boy went 7 for 81 yards. That out of the backfield is on another level, especially when you're not the premier running back. And shout out to Jalen Warren, man. Get yourself, in that doggone what do they call that? That oxygen chamber, man. Get yourself back in working order, man, because we need you out there. But Kenny Gainwell came through. On the rushing side of things, 9 for 24. It wasn't an amazing show, but he was moving the ball, man. I mean, dude, he had 2.4, or I'm sorry, 2.7 a scrape, which isn't a lot, but at the same time, it's workable. You dig what I'm saying? On the receiving aspect, like I said, he had that 7 for 81. That's the cash cow I'm looking for. You don't have to have all those amazing accolades coming out of the backfield for me to be able to look at you as a viable asset. I'm going to say, if you're able to catch that ball for me, get the extra yards we need, because on the offensive side, when he was catching the ball out of the backfield, he won 11.6 a catch.
Yeah, he did his thing.
So, I'm grateful to have somebody that we can utilize in that fashion on the offensive side.
Right.
So let me ask you this, Wax. Do you feel like this game was a game that we can build off of as far as defensively we did our thing? The turnovers, they capitalized on pretty much all the turnovers that we got. We got some type of numbers out for them, with the exception of a few. Do you feel like this is the spark that we was missing last week?
Oh, for sure, man. For sure. We needed this win. Like, we're still number one in the AFC North. Like I said before, we have to play the Ravens twice. So if we can knock them off 2 times, like, we'll win the AFC North hands down. You know what I mean? I do feel like today's game is a building block, so we can go into next week where we play the Bears
in Chicago.
In Chicago, in the windy city. That's going to be a rough game. It's going to be freezing cold, and they're not bums either.
No.
They're doing pretty good. Yeah, they're doing pretty good. But I feel like with this victory, we can take today and build off of that and go in Chicago and get another one.
Right.
Now, these games are to be won on the field like we've been winning, as far as when we have a great margin. Boswell didn't have to do as much today because we was able to solidify a solid front. And this is what happens when you have a surge up front.
Right.
This is what happens when your offensive line is clicking on all cylinders. I can't remember a time that we had to yell at Broderick since, I think week 4, Wax.
Yeah.
Here we are, week 9 coming up? Mm-hmm. And he's been playing pretty stellar. Do you feel like the memo's been gotten as far as his gameplay for this year? Or do you feel like I'm speaking too prematurely?
We'll see. I mean, like I said, he's progressing. And like I always say, that's really all you can that's really all you can ask for, is for him to just progress, just get better. Just get better. Every week get better. And I think he's been doing that.
I do too.
I wouldn't go as far as to say stellar, but you know what I mean.
Right. He's been holding it down, man. You're so hard to please with.
I'm just saying he's doing all right, man. Like, he ain't going to the All-Star game after this season.
I feel you.
But he's doing what he's getting paid to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? Now I need a little bit more aggressiveness out of him and shit, because he's big as a mountain too. Like, he should be pancaking everything in his way, but. I'll take what he's serving right now. Pause. That sounds crazy. But, you know what I mean? I'm happy with the performance he's been putting out. But, I mean, I wouldn't go as far as to say he's balling out.
I'm not saying
I know. I'm just saying
I'm giving credit where it's due. Because I'll definitely point the blame out if I feel like that was your fault. Right. Now, how you feeling about our defense, dude?
I think they played good today, man. They made the adjustments from the last one. Like Kyle Duggar, great pickup. Shout out Omar Connor, whoever was responsible for that pickup, because he's the last 2 weeks he's been really one of the best players on the field. And James Pierre, I got to give him a shout out, because he replaced Darius Slay, and you ain't seen it. He hasn't missed, so it's like. That was good. I got to give a shout out to Patrick Queen. I think Patrick Queen had a hell of a game today.
5 for 5.
Yeah. I think he had a hell of a game. And, and my boy Nick Herbie got him a sack. So, and we got 2 touchdowns on defense. You know what I mean? Can't ask for more than that.
Right. That's why I was feeling like, as far as their performance, me and him was talking about this as far as the last time we lost. Mm-hmm. And, he said there was no defensive presence. Today, I felt that presence.
Yeah.
It was crazy how everybody was just clicking on all cylinders, man. There's a couple players that, I feel like if they have a good week last week, not that they could take a player or two off, but if your name isn't mentioned as much and there's other guys stepping up, that's what that's all about.
Right.
Everybody coming alive.
Right.
You understand what I mean, Wax?
Next man up.
Yep.
There you go. Next man up.
Yeah, I can say Joey Porter he kept his hands to himself today.
Yeah,
He had a pretty good
Joey.
yeah, and he had a hell of an assignment. He had Chase.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he did his thing. We usually give him his, give him grief whenever he's doing what he's doing, but give him his flowers when he has a good game. So shout out JPJR.
Yes, sir. And that's exactly what I mean. Like, if you're playing that position and you feel like your position is in question, show up the next time you play that guy.
Right.
And I mean, to be totally honest, as far as Mr. Chase, Mr. Spitty, Potty Mouth, Jamar, we had we kind of shut that down.
Yeah, we shut him up today. That's why he's out there spitting on people.
He went 3 for 30 with 0 tutties.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Vegas had much to do with it, or I keep saying Vegas because it just seems weird when I see DBs let running backs and receivers go in holding their hand back like this.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
A lot of weird stuff happening.
Yeah.
So for all the true blue football fans out there, we ain't got nothing to do with that. So we hope that things get back to decently and in order. As far as that's concerned. Yeah. As a matter of fact, we shut both of those dual threats down. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to say we shut them down, but we kept them under 100.
Right.
Yeah. You figure. T. Higgs went 3 for 63, 1 tutty. Chase went 3 for 30, 0 tutties. That's how you beat that team.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You cut the arms off, and you watch them squiggle. You don't cut the head off just yet because it's not that time.
And for the most part, we had the assignment of the dump off guy. We kept them in front of us too. You know what I mean? That's all I can ask.
Ooh, that little small back Brown.
Just anybody coming out the back that he dumps it down to, that'll usually scrape us for a first down or 10, 15 yards. We kept everybody in front of us for the most part. Mm-hmm. We held our assignments. We had a couple picks, I know Duggar dropped one, but it was kind of like a bang bang play where, but he made up for it with that pick 6.
Right.
It was a great pickup, a great addition getting him on the squad.
It was because we needed him too.
Mm-hmm.
So defensively, I thought we played a pretty good game, man. It's something to build on, and I like the way the personnel that they've been putting together out there. I like the way they've kind of adjusted that, and Darius Slay, shout out Darius Slay, but man, I want you to sit the bench for a little bit longer. I want to see Pierre out there as much as I can at this point until he shows me that he's not a dog. Because these last couple games, man, he's been kind of the difference maker to me.
Man, I thought this cat was gonna be like, man, I hope you get better, Darius.
Yeah, I do. I want you to get better, but I want them to use you at pitch sparingly.
You might as well just hit him with take your time, baby.
Yeah,
go ahead. Take your time.
Go ahead, get a rest. Go get you some tapioca.
Some soup.
You a little bit up there.
A couple extra pillows.
Hit that button. Nurse, give me some of them warm blankets.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't shit. Y'all ain't jack diddly. Y'all know that, don't you? But I understand where you're coming from because in his absence, I was gonna say the young boy, but he's not young.
Duggar? Or
James Pierre.
James Pierre. James Pierre is not young by no means. That brother, what is this, his 9th, 10th year?
I don't think so.
Who, James Pierre? He's been playing for a while now.
I think it might be his 4th or 5th.
Fifth, I think.
Okay.
I could be wrong, though.
I thought he started out with the Giants. Needless to say, he's not a rookie, James Pierre.
Yeah,
he's
a veteran.
He's seasoned enough to know his position and what to do out there. So, shout out James Pierre and Darius. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's 29.
Yeah. So he's been playing for a while.
Probably 6-7 years, something like that. We'll see.
Okay.
I would say, like I said, 8 or 9.
Right, either way, it don't matter.
Right. But
you were right, Phil.
Right.
You were right.
That's all he wants to hear.
Yeah.
But nah, man. On another note, do you feel like the way that the team is running now, this is the team we need moving forward, dude?
Yeah, we'll see though, because like I said, Cincinnati is have the worst defense in the league. So I mean, they're
the best offense in the league.
One of them, but they're 32nd. They're 32nd in defense in damn near every category. So, so we'll see. Like I said, we'll see once we play a better team. And like I said, we got Mason, so I can't put all my cards in Mason's basket. You know what I mean? All my chips in Mason's basket. I can't do that.
You hear it, Mason? One arm he's big up in you, and then the next hand he don't trust. No,
I don't trust you with that porn stash he got.
Oh, man, it's a cop stash.
Yeah, I'm cool on that. But he did his thing today, and I'm happy for the win.
Me too. Now, fellas, next week we got Chi-Town.
Mm-hmm.
Chi-Town ain't no slouches. They're 7-3. Do you feel like our defense is in any position able to sustain and contain that young man?
Let me start it off.
Good.
I think we can hold him to under 100 yards, but we can't let no-name receivers or tight ends or whatever the case may be come and scrape us for,
Right.
big games.
Right.
Like, and that's we usually focus on the star player and take him out, but then we let somebody else come through and just tear up our whole game plan.
Right.
So, we have to lock everybody down and not just him.
Right.
And their quarterback is nice too. We have to contain everybody. We can't just focus on a running back. We have to watch everybody on the offense.
Right.
I think that they're like you said, that quarterback, man, he's very elusive. He knows how to move and groove. But if we contain him, keep him like how we was doing today, keep him in front of us. You're gonna have to watch out for that boy. I mean, he's a dual threat. He can run and he's an excellent passer. So
Right.
And they got some weapons too.
We haven't won since 1995 there, but we've only won one time in Chicago since the 60s, and that was in 1995.
we was all still in high school, baby.
Right.
That's amazing.
So it's been a minute. It's been a while. So, which that don't really mean anything to me. You know what I mean? Every year is a different year. Every team's a different team. So we just got to go in there and play our game.
I feel you on that, but then at the same time, they're 7-3 in their hometown. Them referees, the crowd, all of that. We got to watch out for them, and go in there and prepare with our game plan.
Right.
And hopefully Arthur Smith, along with our defensive coordinator, can handle business, man.
Right. No mistakes.
So you know what time it is, Uwe? It's prediction time. But I ain't telling them jack diddly squat unless they do three things, Wax.
And what's that?
That's like, share, and subscribe. And Duve, I believe you got something to add on to that.
Yeah, get in that comment section. Let us know who you think's going to win.
Now, today, we beat them boys 34-12. That was a nice margin, man. We beat them over. I mean, as of right now, I believe they're in camp.
Mm-hmm.
As of right now, is the
22
way
points.
everything is sitting. How do you feel about the Chicago game next week? And Wax, I'm starting with you.
It's going to be a tough one. I'll be honest. I'm not trying to be the Debbie Downer of the crew. It's going to be a tough match. It's going to be freezing cold.
Right.
We're in Chicago, and they're coming off a nice win and only got 3 losses. This is going to be one of the tougher games that we played, but I think we can pull this out 17-14 us.
Nice. Louis?
Let me see. I think we'll win this one. We need to win this one because we have Buffalo coming into town the very next week, so we have to have this one. So to me, this is a must-win game. So I'm going to say the Steelers win this one 27-20.
Those are both awesome predictions. Myself, I'm not going that doggone high. I feel like this is going to be the scrappiest game we play. And I think that we're going to need Boswell a lot next week. So I'm going to say 19-14.
Okay.
And I know for a fact we're going to use Bos a lot.
Right.
So, we kick a couple field goals in the game and then open it up with a touchdown halfway before halftime.
Right.
I feel like if we do that, we'll be able to put this game to bed.
Right.
So,
I'm with it. Like I said, we need this one bad because we got the Bills coming in. I don't know if we're at the Bills or we are. Let me be precise on this.
No,
shit.
the Bills are coming to us. We
Yeah.
played them last or a couple years ago. Remember when it got all snowed out?
Right.
And was that a playoff game?
Yeah, we're at home. We're at home against the Bills.
So we're definitely gonna need that.
And they can be beat.
Yeah.
And all these super teams that have been the joint for the last couple of years are starting to show, they're able to be beat, I guess. Like you can see the chink in their armors. But we just have to come to play. That's it.
Now, Miami beat Buffalo this year.
Mm-hmm.
If Miami can beat them, not to say, no disrespect to Miami, but I feel like our defense is a little bit more put together than Miami's.
Yeah. What's Miami's record?
Probably bad.
Or better yet, what's
3-7? Bills are 6-3.
6-3. Okay.
And Miami beat them by a lot.
But they just put up 44 today on the Buccaneers, so they're not no slouches.
That was a shootout, though.
Yeah.
I mean, the Bucks, was fighting back.
Bucks are good.
Team-wise, team for team, I just feel like we pack a little bit more punch than Miami.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, everybody.
And you got to figure this is something that Miami can utilize all year round because it's hot down there.
Right.
Us, Steelers.
But that's kind of like they're a division. Like, they're in the same division. So those division games are kind of weird
Different.
like that. Yeah.
Like they play them 2 times a year.
So they know. So, but we still got to go out there and play.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's just the bottom line of it. You know what I mean? We can't go out there slouching around this week or next week.
Mm-hmm.
Or the rest of the, every game. We've got to cut out all of the. And today I think we did a good job of cutting out some of the BS that we've been doing. So I hope they can keep that up.
Our first mission was to take Flacco and humble him. You got to humble guys like Flacco. Like, you're too old, to be in here putting up these type of numbers, especially against a defense like ours. We're the highest paid defense 2 years in a row. Mm-hmm. There's no reason why Flacco should have been able to put the numbers he did last time. And we shut that down this time. Right. So for that part of it, that was a statement game. We didn't just beat them. We let them know that that game was out of control before it got started.
Right. I will say this. I like the penalty T.J. Watt got whenever he hit Flacco after he got I was like, keep doing that.
That's why I wear this shirt.
I don't think they should have got a penalty for that one because he didn't really drive him into the ground. He landed on the side of him.
What do you think they got him for leading or something?
They said he drove him to the ground, but he didn't have his body weight on him. He fell on the side of him. So
that was a good hit.
Yeah, I thought it was.
It wasn't even dangerous. He got up grimacing though. That's what made me feel good. That's why I'm gonna sleep like a baby tonight.
Knowing that happened.
Right.
That made me feel excellent.
A part of the game I want to focus on real quick is the fact of that one drive when we had 6 penalties back to back. Y'all remember that this game?
Yeah, they basically drove us down the field. The refs helped us all the way down the field.
That's why I said the refs was on our side, man.
They helped us all the way down the field. I ain't mad.
Nike.
I ain't mad at that because usually it's the other way around. So,
but it made me upset a tiny bit because we had to kick a field goal.
Yeah,
that drive put that awesome drive together by the refs, and we couldn't seal that deal.
Right,
and that's when we needed somebody like Warren to be able to, So,
real quick, if say we lose 1 or 2 more games, is it time to look for another head coach?
Y'all keep asking.
We getting into the Tomlin.
I'm going to keep bringing it up until it happens because it's coming soon. I don't know if it's coming soon, but it's been talked about for years.
Yeah. It's hard for me to say it now. I mean, I've already been on that. It might be time for Tomlin for them to do it, but I can't see him doing it. So it's I don't know. I don't know if they ever will.
Let me ask you this. And this is a question to a question, and I know this is improper to do
but
when you're
it's all good.
in the line of questioning, but
who are you going to put in there for him?
No, I'm not even going to ask that.
All right, go ahead.
If we had the Dallas Cowboy line, offensive line, would you be saying this?
Yeah, I would.
Well, the only reason why I'm saying that because they've been stellar since the 90s. Like, I can't never remember a time when Dak Prescott hasn't had 45 minutes back there to create a play.
And what have they done with it since the 90s?
It's
the whole
Dak.
point.
It's not just Dak because Flacco,
okay.
not Flacco, but Romo had a good line. They had good lines, but they didn't do nothing with it. And guess what they did? They fired their coach.
Mm-hmm. That's a whole nother ball game because you got Jerry Jones with his hands in the mix. And
All I'm saying is, if we had that type of line, would you say this? Because I think that some of our productivity would look a little bit different. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, we might.
The only reason why I asked it because I feel like it's personnel. It's not the fucking coach. Well, it's personnel. It's not the coach.
Isn't the coach part of the personnel?
He is, but I'm saying as far as the people that play.
There you go.
Because our line.
Listen.
Mike Tomlin gets the final call on the players that he gets.
And the plays called and everything else.
I feel like he works with what he has.
And what he has is what he's made.
What is that supposed to mean?
That means he made his own bed.
He made his own bed. He's working with what he has because he made what he had.
I'm glad you speak freaky deaky Rosie Perez because this dude made me feel like, well, whenever you win, you really lose, and whenever you lose, you break even. Like I didn't know where you was going with that.
Everybody else did.
Well, I'm glad everybody else.
I'm sure of it.
A and Rosie Perez. Shout out Rosie Perez, but he definitely sounded like you. And white men can't jump.
I just feel like, man, Tomlin had his glory here, and now we're just watching it like slowly decline.
So you're ready to get rid of me?
I'm ready to start all over.
Right.
Like because like that to me would be the best result other than being mediocre for the last 10 years.
Yeah.
Can I ask you this? And you don't have to answer me. You know, I know it's live.
One way or another.
Do you still live at 445 Rebel Road?
I do.
Okay.
Right past Moose Creek.
Okay, you hear that, Tomlin? Go get him.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, you're just tripping. Dude, how you feel about this situation?
I mean, like, it's probably time at some point. It's still in the season, so I don't like really saying it during the season because he's here, so it's like, what are we going to do? But, you know, at the end of the season, that's when I like to evaluate it and figure out. And the last couple seasons, I've been like, I'm not seeing it.
So do you agree with Wax?
To a certain point, yeah.
I'm in total disagreement and a tiny bit of disappointment.
You could be disappointed.
We don't have nobody to put in there that's going to be able
disagree.
to...
You don't know that. You don't know that.
There's nobody jumping up for the... Like, there's not one person in the NFL.
Phil, you have no clue of how many coaches are out there and willing to come to Pittsburgh and turn this around.
One coach I'd have took.
Who?
It was the Chargers coach.
Harbaugh?
Yep.
I don't want that loser here. I mean, I know he got
loser.
I know he got...
He got a Super Bowl and a National College Championship.
Who did he win a Super Bowl with?
He won one with Kaepernick.
No, they didn't win.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
They got there.
Went to the Super Bowl, but he didn't. He never won one.
I'm not about to have this battle with you. I gotta look up.
I'm just saying. Do you think? Let me ask you this though, real quick. I mean, because I'm not sure if he won a Super Bowl. I didn't think he won one, but would you would have took him over Tomlin?
No. I
Right.
said I would take him
over Tomlin
instead. Like if we're replacing him.
That's the same thing. Like you would take him over Tomlin.
No, I wouldn't take him over Tomlin, but I mean I would.
If they were to get rid of Tomlin.
Yeah, if they were to get rid of him, I would. You know.
That would be your first coach
that
to
I
call.
would be correct.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not taking anybody over Tomlin.
Somebody. I mean, like I know.
Because as soon as we get rid of him, everybody's gonna want him.
And that's not a bad thing. I think he can thrive somewhere else. But like he's so used to the way things go around here, it's not helping us. It's not helping the situation.
But it's like in some situations, it's gonna make us worse.
For sure.
Like every trade that we had since.
I'm not like I didn't mean to cut you off, but I'm not like totally insane to think like we'll get a new coach and we'll win the Super Bowl the next year. It's going to be a rebuilding kind of thing.
But I feel like you can do that with Tomlin.
We haven't.
We've tried,
But this is what we are. We're in the rebuilding phase.
But
for the last 10 years.
How can you rebuild with a 42-year-old quarterback? Like, that's not rebuilding.
I mean,
you got a 42-year-old
delaying.
quarterback. You got T.J. Watt getting old. You got Cam Hayward getting old. You got Jalen Ramsey getting old. You got Darius Slay getting old. That's not rebuilding. That's just treading water.
Maybe they're working, some stuff out, as far as
what
moving forward with, some drafts. Maybe they got some drafts they know in the future. I mean, they're a professional franchise who's used to winning, so I'm not bailing on my boys. I'm not. And Coach Tomlin's one of my boys, man. Shout out, Coach.
The only thing that's saving Tomlin right now is that he has a winning record.
What more can you ask for from a coach? Dallas doesn't have that, and yes, that's why they got.
Listen, I need in the playoffs past the first round.
Okay, and I need guys that are going to step up and help us get there. And it doesn't really start with the person who's not playing. It starts with the players.
Okay, and if you got the wrong players in there, whose fault is that?
I mean, he's not in full control of everybody that he's playing with. Like I said, he's dealing with what he got.
This is the problem with half of our fan base now, because they
Y'all
don't
hear that?
They can hear that. Like, I don't care. I get criticized all the time, but I'm telling the truth. I'm telling the truth. Like, if you expect different results with the same stuff, that means you're insane.
I mean, to a point, that means if you keep taking that same approach, we're not. We're getting different players every, couple of months, years.
But we're taking the same approach, though. We're getting different players, but we're taking the same approach, and it's leading to the same thing year after year after year.
I respect your right to say what you're saying.
I mean, it's only my opinion.
I feel like if Tomlin went somewhere that already had a structure, like, they already got a quarterback, they already got different things in place, and he doesn't have total control, I think he could succeed. But I think here in Pittsburgh, he has total control, and I don't think that's a good thing for any coach, like, to have total control. I think there needs to be some checks and balances. You need to have somebody that really evaluates the players away from you, and then they get you the good players. It's like they get you the good ingredients and they tell you to cook. But his talent evaluation to me is not that great sometimes, especially when it comes to coaches. And that's the main thing. It's like his coaching talent evaluation is terrible. Because every coach we've had in here, every coordinator that he's chose has been terrible. And Arthur Smith's not terrible, though. He's okay, but he's just okay. But, Terror Austin, I'm not a fan of. Like, the second Terror Austin leaves here, he's not going to be a D coordinator no more. He had Matt Canada here for 3 years. He probably coaching Little League probably somewhere, making them stink.
Right.
The little kid, the parents is probably heated at this dude right now. You know what I mean? You had Keith Butler. He wasn't no good. As soon as Dick LeBeau left, and as soon as Todd Haley left, and he didn't hire Todd Haley, they made him hire Todd Haley. Every time it's his choice, the coaches stink. He has no, and there's other coaches like you got the Schottenheimers. They got a whole tree of people that turn into good coaches. Like, none of our coaches, no one wants our coaches. Like, no one steals our coaches to come to their team. No one wants them.
I got you.
And there's a reason behind that, though. It's not because they're, like, great. It's because they're mid and they're going to take orders from Tomlin to do what Tomlin says.
A lot of people would argue that. A lot of people feel like if Tomlin gets rid of the people that have a combative type of energy or that have something to say back, some people would say that he would want to be surrounded by yes men. I don't look at him as that type of caliber. Like, I think his pedigree's better than that. As far as if that's the formula he's using to win, then, maybe you guys are on to something. Me personally, I feel like it's been a personnel issue from the word go. Meaning, he doesn't have that much control on who we're hiring. He just works with the people that he gets, meaning he makes them fit in the play in the positions that they're in.
So you think Omar Khan has more power than Mike Tomlin
As far as
personnel? You think you don't think Omar Khan has to go through Mike Tomlin?
what to say, all right, we're picking him up, we're doing this.
Yeah.
I mean, in some big cases, yes. But like his job, he's hired to do that. So in a lot of the other cases, do I feel like he has to do that? No. I feel like that's what Mike hired him for. To get me good players.
Well, Mike didn't hire him.
You know what I mean, the Steeler organization. Yeah. I feel like that's his job. I don't feel like
it is his job, but he still has Mike Tomlin has the final say in who he brings on his team
or not. Yeah, but like that's not like I feel like Omar might want to step it up as far as who he's picking. Like, like I gotta take him now because like we're down a DB, so now I gotta make this work. Right. That's what's happening. It's not the simple fact that he's getting all these dope-ass players. He's working with what he's getting. He has to take, in certain cases, we know that the Roonies ain't going to pay a lot of money for all these people. They're just not. There's a such thing as cap space
but they are,
and everything else. They are, but they're fitting within that cap space.
Everybody does. But we have the highest paid defense. That I hate when people say the Roonies are cheap when it comes to players. They might be cheap when it comes to coaches and coaching staff.
Well, offensive players. Seriously.
But that's
and that defense just what about when they could have kept Carnell Lake?
I mean, yeah, this is
think about
that was 30, 40 years ago.
It wasn't no 30 or 40 years ago. It was like almost 30 years ago.
All right, it was 30 years ago.
Almost. It's still 20-something.
It was probably like 30.
It was like 26.
Like 97. Yeah, like 30 years, basically.
We ain't been out 30 years. It'll be 30 years next year.
This nigga couldn't wait.
It's 29.
He couldn't wait for me to say one extra year. So he'd be like, you're 30
He was like, about 30, 40 years.
I mean,
he
30, 40.
Like some old black guy. Like, yeah, I don't know about 30 or 40.
30, 40 years is the same thing.
Guys.
30, but we're talking about 30 years ago. So I'm talking about today.
Well, don't age it as much.
I'm talking about today. Right? We ain't even got to talk about 30 years ago. We're talking about today. They just paid TJ Watt buku money.
Okay.
They just paid Cam Hayward, an old man, good money. So they pay players.
We know that.
But they pay players on who Coach T wants on his team the most. And
I would agree with that.
Because he's a defensive guy, so that's defense. So to me, especially if this defense doesn't step it up this year, it's like, man, come on, man, you gotta let him go because it's like this is your bread and butter. You're a defensive coach, and if the defense you're spending this much money on the defense, and they look the way they've been looking, even though today they look pretty good, but they didn't look great.
What's been keeping us in the game for the last 5 years?
The defense.
So you're gonna fire that?
But that ain't saying much because we ain't
been in everything.
But we haven't been in the game. We've been losing 8 games a year.
I understand that, but that is what's been keeping us in the game is the defense. So that proves my point.
No, it doesn't.
It does only for the simple fact if he's a defensive guy, his end of the deal was taken care of. Who the hell is running the offense?
He's the head coach though, so he's in charge of all of it.
Oh, what are you cracking at?
But he's the head coach, so he's in charge of all of it. So if he's putting all of his resources and all of his intellect into one side, then the other side's like, whatever.
But you have coordinators for that.
And he hires terrible ones.
I'm not disagreeing with
that. Well, there
that.
you go. That's what I'm saying. But if you're, we're talking about this year.
Hold on.
If we're talking about this year, would you say this defense is good?
Can I get there?
Overall, is this defense?
They're getting better. They're getting better.
It's easy to get better when you're the worst defense I've ever seen for a couple weeks.
But the cohesiveness has got to get there, dude. You got to have that doggone type of like that army term that I was about to say that cottalingus, but it's togetherness. It's that camaraderie.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have that camaraderie, and them guys are just now getting it. They didn't have it the whole time because you got Patrick Queen from Baltimore.
He's been here for 2 years.
I get you, but then you went and got Jalen Ramsey from the Dolphins. Like, he just got here.
He's been here for 9 weeks.
It wouldn't matter. Like dude's favorite word is the continuity is getting to where it needs to be at right now. You can't expect them guys, all big names, to come in and be like, you know what, guys, y'all's my best friends. No, they got to get to a point where they trust each other. As far as what you're saying, if he's on top of the defense, which he has been for years, and you agreed on camera that that's what's been keeping us in the game, and you also said that he's not the one hiring the coordinators, it was the team.
No, I said he's been hiring the coordinators.
But then again, he hasn't, because we both said that he wasn't.
No, we didn't. No, he hires his coordinators. That's what I said that.
Well, if you go back in the tape, you said the Steelers organization.
No, I said he hired
Khan. Omar Khan.
Yeah.
That's who the Steelers hired, is what he said. But, like, I'm just tired of seeing Tomlin look stupid on the sidelines like last week.
I get it. I mean, we all are.
That. I mean, like, I'm just ready for a change, and I know it's going to be a long process of rebuilding, but, like, we're still putting bandages over gashes. You know what I mean?
I can't wait until the boys that's out there start playing with pride. We're older than everybody's out there. Us as a DWI conglomerate. We're older than everybody that's playing. So what that means is that we remember a time when there was a gut check, or there was a where's your heart at, or playing for pride. When these boys step it up and not let anything go, Tomlin gets people that he sees, like Tomlin, that's what makes him a great coach to me. He sees what's inside of a person. He goes from the inside. It's just that they end up letting him down because they don't. It's not that they didn't turn out to be the person that they thought he was. It's not it. It's like, dang, where did that person go that you used to be? That's what Tomlin's great at, bringing the best out of people. The guys that he has in the position that's back there right now, I can guarantee if they sat there and really reevaluated who they were, we'd be blowing teams' doors off, man.
And we should. But
straight up and down. And that's personnel. That's because of
the people he hired.
The people that they turned into, bruh.
The people he hired.
Like, there's no reason why DK Metcalf shouldn't be having 2 to 3 touchdowns a game. A game.
You know what? I bet you he would if we had a younger quarterback that would look for him more times than enough.
We got your boy on the bench.
Exactly.
So, I mean, he goes in there, changes that part. Now we got a well-adjusted team.
I'll say this. Mason Rudolph came in trying to hit him off. You know what I mean? I think there's a little bit of rift between Rodgers and DK Metcalf. Because every time he drops a pass or he's like cussing him out and shit, and he's just like saying some extra stuff like catch the ball. I mean, which we all agree he should be catching the rock. But you can't give up on him after like 2 passes drop. Like
you can't show him. Yeah, you can't show him up. I don't like. You don't show your other players on the field.
I mean, like you're both new here,
right?
But like, I don't think Rodgers is going to be playing much longer,
right?
And DK got a few years left in him,
and that's what I liked about Big Ben. Like, if somebody dropped the pass, you never really seen Big Ben cuss anybody out on the field. After somebody did something bad, like you'd always see him over there, like like get it together. I'm coming to you right now. After this, and he'd come right back to you.
We don't know if he said that. He could have been over there like,
I know,
right? But I think he got that kind of from Hines Ward,
right?
You know what I mean? Hines was like his
inspiration,
yeah. Because like I remember when Lyman Swede messed up, and he had him. He was like, get it out your head. Let's go back. And then he came and made a humongous block, which freed up somebody to get like almost a touchdown.
Same thing he did with the young boy, man, Plexico Burrs.
Yeah.
That ended up being one of his favorite targets.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but I don't see that in Rodgers.
Rodgers never had that in him.
They brought up Tomlin. I'm like, oh man, we get ready.
I know. That's Wax up here bringing up my hero, man. He's my favorite coach ever.
Who?
Tomlin. He's my guy, man. I'm see that, and we'll be this until he quits. We will be this until he quits. Or until we get dope ass players to
Nah,
build.
man, because like we had the best team in the NFL for 3 straight years.
And then you and him and my wife prayed to God that they dismantle. Like, I don't give a fuck if they all break up. I'm good.
I mean, shit, I told you, I would have shut the team down after that.
What?
After that year with
the
Killer Bees broke up.
I told you.
I would have completely dismantled the entire team and started over.
Coach too.
Yeah, everybody. I'd have got rid of everybody. We still had TJ. TJ was young. We could have got 2 first-round picks for TJ. Cam was still young. We could have got some picks for Cam. We could have really set ourselves up nice, but they held on and kept holding on to all these dudes to win 9 games. To win 7, 8. You know what I mean?
Listen,
it's like,
we had the best receiver in the league. We had one of the 2 best running backs in the league. And we had a top 5 quarterback, in my opinion, at the same time. And we was putting up numbers. We was whooping the shit out of squads.
And they stopped wanting to pay for
it.
Because if they had gave, what's his name, that money that he would have asked it for, he'd have got back in there and balled out. The money that they're giving the people now.
Who, Bell?
Yeah. If they'd have gave him what he was asking for.
They franchise tagged him. And
but that's what pisses people off. Like, stop playing with me,
I'm
man.
just saying. Like,
so they did that. The organization, not Tomlin.
But I will say this, though. Le'Veon Bell, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, admitted that he made the wrong decision.
Okay, but that's in hindsight.
I mean, but
what if we would have came to a happy medium and kept him?
They tried to.
Exactly. And he was last year. He was like, "Man, I'm gonna get back in shape and come try out for him."
Yeah,
because he knew he messed up.
But here's
he messed that whole situation.
They tried to make him the highest paid running back in the league, and he said no.
Mm-hmm. And then went and made a little bit of coins, but his career tanked after that.
Bruh, all I'm saying is, had we had that team, we'd have been on to something.
Bro,
and
we had that team for 3 years and
didn't
do
right
a
out
thing.
of my mouth.
We did. We was winning playoff games with them.
Exactly.
We made it to the second round of the playoffs every year with that team.
And if you can't win the big game with the best team in the league, there is something wrong.
But here's the thing:
head coach,
it was getting ready to happen the year that they all dismantled. It was gonna happen that year.
I mean, I'm not saying it.
Y'all both
I'm
know.
not saying it couldn't have, but it should have happened when they had the best team in the league. 2 years.
It should have, but it was getting there. It was like Philly when they was building up their momentum. They lost to the Chiefs the first time. Then they came back and smacked them in the mouth. That's called building your momentum.
Listen, but we didn't even make the Super Bowl. So what are you talking about? We didn't even make the Super Bowl with the best team in the league. We got bounced out of.
It wasn't like
a game or
now.
Two.
It wasn't like it is now.
No, but I mean, like it has not gotten any better, and that's my whole point.
Well, listen,
it hasn't gotten any better.
Here's the thing, fellas. We can agree to disagree, and we can live with that. But we got the Chicago Bears next week. I don't want to start stirring up these type of emotions mid-season, so we're gonna put a pin in it for next week. You know,
like truthfully, we could put a pin in it until the end of the season.
Okay.
Like the whole Tomlin, because like I feel like, that's a good topic we could talk about if we don't go to the Super Bowl.
Definitely. We got a little bit off track, but that's what we do here at DWI. We lead with our hearts. Pittsburgh fans are passionate in what we do. We love our team, and we love Steeler Nation. So we'll see y'all next week. You know why, Wax?
Why is that?
Because we're coming straight back next week, same time, same location, different material. Peace.